Hi everybody, and thank you for expressing interest in the Prime BPM software. We're really excited to get you set up a license so that you can start to map your business processes, analyze them, and improve them. So we're going to open up the full functionality of the tool. You can map up to 20 business processes and use it with an unlimited duration. So let me show you what it can do. You can achieve a wide range of benefits from using Prime BPM, everything from reducing costs, improving productivity, getting overall transparency over your business processes, standardization, and operational excellence. Now, you'll be able to use all of the features within the Prime BPM tool, designing a full process library where it will host all of your business processes. You'll then be able to document your business processes as well as capturing task attributes. Things like how long does it take to complete a particular task? Who's involved in that process? And that will then inform the analysis module that you'll now be able to use to collect things like time analysis, cost analysis, value analysis, and much, much more. So you're going to be able to use all of this functionality within the tool. All right, let's jump in. All right, now we're inside the platform. Over on the left-hand side, we can see the different modules. And let's just go straight into the designer module and choose the relevant area of the business that we want to document, drilling down until you get to the individual process library. So you can see I've got a HR process library here, and I'll go straight into the hire part-time staff process. Let's work on that. You can see I've already developed this process. It's a fairly simple process. It has all of your tasks, it has all of your documents, systems, it's linked to a previous process. You can see we've got individual swim lanes here that determine who's involved and what part of the organization does this process belong to. Up here at the top, you can see we've got a host of different attributes that we can now add to this process, such as procedural information, step-by-step work instructions. You've also got the ability to add in things like RACI, as well as you can add any business rules, KPIs, and compliance information about this process as well. So you can go pretty deep when compared to the likes of, say, Visio, and you can start to build out some really beautiful and productive processes. Okay, next up, we're going to look at the Analyzer module. This is where we start to understand a lot more about our processes. So how much does a process cost? How much time does a particular process take the business? And that can all be identified automatically by using these tabs at the top. So if I just jump straight into the time analysis, this is going to break down how long it takes to complete every single task within the process, as you can see, and that gives us an overall execution time and delay time chart over here. The same goes for cost analysis. So how much money does this process cost the business? When we gather this information, we can start to then inform our decisions around what needs to change. Where does the waste sit within the process? You can start to see this process costs the business $100,000 per year, and I can actually see that about 40% of that, almost $40,000 or just over $40,000, is actually waste. So that's what we want to target first. And by using something like the simulate analysis, which allows us to create hypothetical scenarios, if I made change A, B, or C, what will that actually do to the process? So this is really allowing us now to bridge the gap between our current as-is process and our future desired to-be process. So all we have to do is create a new scenario, and you can create as many of these as you want and click accept. Now, what will happen is Prime will give us a blank canvas. It will give us the original process, but we can do whatever we want with it in a hypothetical environment. Nothing that we do today will actually change the current process. So let's just say we want to remove the HR director from completing these administrative tasks, and we might want to pass that to the HR coordinator. Now let's just go and save that and see what that does to the overall analysis of the process. Okay, great. So if I move into the analysis, and let's have a look at the cost as an example, I can now see that the overall cost has been reduced by around $40,000. That's pretty significant. And I imagine that's coming from the HR director being a more expensive role than the HR coordinator. Now, when I have this information, I can then propose these changes to the business and say, I would like to get sign off for this particular improvement project. Next is the improvement module, and this is where you'll track, manage, and complete to success all of your improvement projects. And you can see I've got a few different projects currently running. So the one at the top here, if I click into that, I can actually see we've got individual work packages. I can see how close we are to completion, when it should be completed by, and I'm also able to add working groups of people to these individual work packages. If I drill down, I can actually see the individual tasks that need to be completed in order to successfully complete that work package. And again, you can see who's responsible for that. So next is the Collaborate module. Now, this is super critical because it allows frontline staff to access and follow all of the accurate, up-to-date process maps. So if I drill in, I can now see what process maps are relevant for me. And you'll notice that only are highlighted the process maps that I can access. Really easily, I can now view all of the tasks, documents, systems that I need to use and follow in order to complete this particular task. So all of a sudden, this becomes really valuable as not just a repository for information, but a really good way of retaining intellectual property, onboarding new staff, making sure that you're compliant and that everybody sings from the same hymn sheet. Everybody's completing this process in the way that it is intended. So thank you everybody for taking the time to watch this. Make sure to apply for a license and we'll be really excited to help you along on your process improvement journey.